Entitled parents demanded my apartment, so I gave them exactly what they deserved. I'm 26, financially independent, and living alone in a small but comfortable apartment I worked hard for. My parents, on the other hand, have always believed that children are lifelong investments, ones that are supposed to pay dividends. Growing up, they controlled everything. My grades, my friends, even what I wanted to study. Whenever I pushed back, my mom would say, "After everything we've done for you, this is how you repay us." So when I finally moved out, it felt like freedom. That peace lasted exactly 8 months. One Sunday afternoon, they showed up unannounced. My mom walked in, scanned the apartment, and smiled like she'd just found a great deal at a sale. My dad nodded approvingly and said, "This place is good, we'll take it." I laughed. I actually thought he was joking. He wasn't. They sat down on my couch like they owned it and explained their plan. They wanted me to move back home. They wanted to rent out my apartment. And they wanted to manage the money for my future. When I said no, my mom's face changed instantly. She accused me of being selfish, ungrateful. Then came the emotional blackmail. "We paid for your education. We raised you. Children don't abandon their parents." I reminded them that I paid my own rent, my own bills, and even sent them money occasionally. My dad leaned forward and said something I'll never forget. "Everything you earn belongs to us. Without us, you'd be nothing." That's when I realized this wasn't about family. It was about control. They gave me an ultimatum. Either I handed over the apartment, or they would tell relatives I was disrespectful, ungrateful, and had lost my values. I told them I needed time to think. They left smugly, confident I'd give in. Instead, I made a plan. The next week, I invited them over again. I told them I'd thought about what they said. I thanked them for raising me. I apologized for being selfish. They smiled. Then I handed them a folder. Inside was a printed list. Every expense they'd ever reminded me of: education, food, clothes listed as a loan. And below it, my contributions since moving out, money sent, groceries bought, bills paid. At the bottom was a final line: balance fully repaid. I calmly told them that since everything was transactional, we should be clear. I had repaid my debt. The room went silent. My mom started yelling. My dad called me disrespectful. That's when I stood up and said, "You're right, children don't abandon parents. But parents don't own children either." I asked them to leave. They threatened to cut me off. I said, "You already tried to take everything." They left furious. For months, relatives called to guilt-trip me, but I sent them the same document. Slowly, the calls stopped. It's been a year now. I still live in my apartment. I'm peaceful, and for the first time in my life, I'm not afraid to say no. Sometimes, the most entitled people aren't strangers. They're family.